guys, today we're going to be doing Curious George Goes at the Parade. So, at the end of the video, I'm going to be showing you some of these books that I'm going to be donating. But, you can pick which one I'm going to read next. So, let's get to it. Curious George at the Parade by Margaret and H.A. Rays. This was George. He was a good little monkey and also always very curious. Today, George and his friend, the man in the yellow hat, were in the city for a big holiday in parade. They found a place in the crowd, but the announcement has just been made. The parade's not going to start for a while. George, said the man, the wind is too strong for the big balloons. Let's go in the department store and wait. George and his friend looked around the store, and they waited for the wind to settle down. Suddenly, something strange caught George's eye. What could it be? He was very curious. But when George looked out the window, he didn't see anything strange. He saw the parade. He saw the floats. He saw the clowns. He saw the jugglers, and a band standing in straight rows. Then George thought he saw an elephant eating a treat. That made George very hungry. It had been a long time since breakfast. Now he could think of only finding a snack. Why, there was a treat. Like what he ate in the jungle, fresh nuts right off the tree. George was lucky to be a monkey. He simply climbed out of the window and jumped into the tree. He pulled and pulled, but the nuts wouldn't come off the tree. They were not so fresh after all. They were not even real, but George did not know that, so he began to pull harder. The tree began to sway. Suddenly there was a loud snap. Then crash down came the tree. Down came George, and down came all the nuts. Luckily, George was not hurt, but he still did not have a snack. He raced after the nuts. He chased after the elephant and under the clown. And then he went in and out of the band-string rows. My perfect rose, the band leader cried. You ruined my perfect rose. The band leader raced after George. He chased him down the street and around the corner, but he was not quick enough. Where was George? Soon the band leader tried searching and then went back to straight in his rows. He did not know where the little monkey had gone. George was nowhere to be found. George was not sure either. And the nuts were nowhere to be found. After all, George has lost his snack. After all that, George had lost his way. Now, how would he get back to the department store with the man in the yellow hat? Just then, a bus was stopping in the corner. George liked to ride a bus. Maybe it could take him back to his friend. Quickly, he hopped on the bus. And then away they went. From his seat, he could see the top. He could see everything. George could see everything. The bus rounded the corner. Here was something familiar. But something was wrong. Two balloons had been drifted, of course. Their ropes were tangled. The parade helper were trying to fix them, and then a huge crowd gathered to watch. As the bus came to a stop, someone yelled, "Catch the monkey, he's ruined the parade." It was a band leader, and he was pointing right at George. George did not want to be caught, but there was no way for him to get down. There was only one way to go. George grabbed a rope and went up, and then up he climbed, higher and higher. He was a little frightened, but he held on. Then he heard someone call, "George!" It was a man in the yellow hat. George was happy to find his friend. The man was happy too. "Look," someone shouted from below, the little monkey is fixing all the balloons." Then George shrunk safely into the arms of the yellow hat. The crowd below cheered. The ropes were no longer tangled. When George and his friend arrived back on the sidewalk, it was time to start the parade. The band leader was no longer angry. George was a hero. Even the mayor came to meet George. "I heard you created quite a stir, George," he said, but at last everything's in order. Would you like to ride with me in the parade?" Soon the balloons started moving. The music started playing, and the band leader marched down the street in straight rows. And there, leading the whole parade, was Curious George. The end. How do you like that book? If you did, give it a huge thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on those notifications. Now, you have to vote in the comments. So if you give a cat a cupcake to be the one I'm reading next, you need to say in the comments if you give a cat a cupcake. Or Gregory the Terrible Eater. Gregory the Terrible Eater is what you write down in the comments. My cue book, and then you write my cue book in the comments. Cinderella in the comments, if you want that one. The Little Mermaid in the comments, if you want that one. I'm Safe in the Water, if you want that one. Or Aladdin, if you want that one. Remember, like, subscribe, and turn on those notifications. Bye!